This is just going to be a quick one for making these headers dynamic as well. I'm going to create another type here, and it's essentially going to be very similar. It's going to be export type student headers. If I could type, there we go, equals, and we're going to say name string, ID string, major string, GPA string. Whoops. Interesting that it put these into their own things. And actually, I was supposed to semicolon these, and VS Code fixed that for me. But what I'm going to do is create my headers based on this. And that way, if I want to change the headers, I just change them in one place, and it'll still work out and match up. So I'll go back over to page, and I'm going to import student headers here. And we're going to change the headers now, which are going to be student of the data type student headers. And we're going to wrap it like this, and we'll say name is name, ID is ID, major is major, and GPA is GPA. And essentially what I'm doing is mapping these properties so they align with each other, but I wanted to make sure that it's formatted. So I want name to be capital N here. I want ID to be both capital, major to be all, capitalized at the beginning, GPA to be all capital. So I wanted to ensure that these properties align, but I want these to be customizable. And then all I have to do is change the data type over here in my table. So now instead of this, it's going to be the student headers data type. And we're going to get rid of the mapping here completely. And we're going to do this with our TDs like we did with the other part. So we'll say TD headers.name. Sorry, props.headers.name because it's a property. Props.headers.id, props.headers.major, props.headers.gpa. Now when I go back over here, name, ID, major, GPA, everything is still working exactly as it was before. But essentially all we've done is we've kind of aligned our other type of student headers to match our type of student with these same property names and their own values. The reason we couldn't use the same type, we had to create a new type, was because the ID here is a number and the GPA is a number, but here the ID is a string and the GPA is a string because these are all strings. ID and GPA, those are all strings, so we had to create a new type for that. But it was pretty straightforward. We just created a new type of student headers. It's not an array of student headers, it's just a single instance of a student header. We've got our student stuff here. And hey, we're good to go.